freaking angry. I'm gonna go spear my uncle and father. Oh! Steiner brothers are here.
Rollins, and this is Bretto Live on YouTube.
What is going on, guys? Bretto Live back with another video, and today we have a brand new Ultimate Edition 2-pack from Mattel. It is the Steiner Brothers Ringside Collectibles exclusive 2-pack. Pick this up from Ringside Collectibles, wrestlingfigures.com, because obviously it's exclusive to there. We use discount code LIVE at checkout to save 10% off. Feel free to do the same if you guys are interested in this 2-pack by the end of the video. Packaging is freaking lit. There's actually like this outer box that covers both packaging, so I want to take a look at that first. Then we're going to jump into the packagings themselves that are inside of here. Super awesome. On the outside, it does say Steiner, so you can see a picture of both Rick and Scott Steiner in their younger days. On the front, you get the Mattel logo in the top left. On the side, we can see the Steiner Brothers logo. On the side of the packaging, we do have the Ultimate Edition logo, as well as on the top, you do have the logo once again. I kind of already showed it, but there it is. On the back, we do have the WWE logo, as well as the official licensed product little patch right there. Just a nice little design to this. Not much more going on at the bottom. It's super easy to take this out. There's no tape or anything. You just pop the top just like that, and then there's two separate Ultimate Edition packagings in this packaging, very similar to Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, the NWO Outsiders 2-pack. Here is Rick and Scott Steiner, the Steiner Brothers, in their main packagings. As you can see, it's the regular Ultimate Edition style of packaging, looking amazing, dude. It's the first time we're seeing classic Steiner, so I'm really excited about both of these. First, we're going to take a look at the packaging, then we're going to take a look at the figures and accessories. Let's do it. On the sides of the box, we can see the classic WWE logo up top. We can see a picture of Scott and Rick Steiner on the side with their names down below. At the top of the package, we do have the Steiner last name and the Ultimate Edition logo. On the right side of the packaging, we'd see their names once again with the classic WWE logo at the bottom this time. On the front of the box, we do have massive windows showing off the figures and accessories, names at the top, Ultimate Edition logos at the bottom. And on the back of the package, we can see product shots of both figures at the top of Scott Steiner's packaging, which is pretty freaking sick. And then at the bottom, we do have a real picture of Scott Steiner looking really young. We got a little read up on the tag team, some of Scott Steiner's stats on the side there. Here is Rick Steiner and his product shot. It's only him on his product shot here with the figure looking so freaking realistic. There's a real picture of him soaring through the air. You can see his stats right there, and then a little read up on the tag team. What do you say we get these out of the box and see what they're all about? These Steiner brothers are freaking sick. Rick and Scott Steiner, awesome freaking action figures. So different, man. From the jackets to the accessories to the attires themselves. These are some classic, cool looking Ultimate Edition action figures. We're going to go in depth on the accessories first for Scott Steiner, and then we're going to jump into Rick Steiner. So let's start off with Mr. Scott Steiner. First of all, he's coming with this amazing cloth good. My goodness, it's multi-material. Definitely taking like that high school football jacket vibe to it. It is multi-material, so if you look closely here at the sleeves, these sleeves are going to be a very like shiny, smooth, like fake leather type material. And then if you look at the sleeves and the center, it's going to be this really nice soft good here in the middle. You can see these little yellow lines here to imitate some pockets. On the front, it is going to be velcroed up. You do have to remove the interchangeable hands in order to get the hands around here. Otherwise, it will literally be impossible. It's a tight fit at the ends of the sleeves, but that's not a big deal. When you have them both on the Steiner Brothers, dude, it looks so freaking clean. Great jacket. Interchangeable heads for Mr. Scott Steiner. We are seeing three here. The most basic one being this one. Do I think this resembles the young Scott Steiner? Abso-freaking-lutely. I had to pull up some old pictures of my boy on Google to get a full resemblance, and absolutely, they nailed the snot out of these young Scott Steiner heads. You can see this classic like 90s type of hair right here, long, some in the front. Really cool head scan right there. It gets better, dude. The facial expressions are really nice. You have this really nice smile going on. Not too much teeth being shown. It's just right, man. Even the cheekbones. Look at like the manipulating and tooling that went into the freaking face. Really freaking cool. All the hair is the same on every single one. And then this one's probably the weakest out of all of them. It's just in the eyes for me. I feel like the eyes are a little off, maybe in the right eye mainly. But other than that, I mean, it's not too crazy bad, but it's definitely the weakest head scan out of the three. We do have a nice variety of interchangeable hands here with some microphone holding hands, some nice grappling hands here, which are going to go great with some Steiner brother figures, and we do have the fisted hands right here. Here is the Scott Steiner figure in the flesh. This is our second ever Scott Steiner figure from Mattel. Believe it or not, we did see the Elite and Elite series. I believe it was 105 or 104, somewhere around there, but this is based off of a younger Scott Steiner, and it is really freaking clean. Head scan that I currently have on it is the most basic out of the three, but it looks so dang realistic. This diaphragm and all the articulation on this figure is just amazing. You could do a full 360 with that diaphragm. The butterfly joints are moving really swiftly, not too loose whatsoever. The arms are from the original Elite of the Scott Steiner, so they are reusing these, but they are pinless. Look at that. You got the pinless arms, which work really well. I do have the grappling hands on there right now. No wrist tape, no elbow pads, nothing like that. The Steiners, they were all about grappling. They were all about wrestling. No elbow pads, no wrist tape needed, man. They're just in there to do their business, do some wrestling, and take some championships. The singlet is so freaking clean. It's giving me like Braun Breaker vibes with these colors here on the side. Like, look at all these different colors. I could see some yellow, red, blue, really nice. And then the other half is just red. Very unique right there. You are going to have the twist there. The hip displacement joints are going to be featured in the legs, which is pretty cool. The legs are a little stiff, especially my right one. I don't want to raise it up all the way. I'm definitely going to have to heat that up, wear that in so then it doesn't snap. And then you can see how we are seeing the hip displacement joints, so we're going to be able to get that full big boot motion, which is really, really clean. Articulation on the legs is amazing. Pinless knees with blue knee pads over them. It's like these nice maroon laces going on camera. It might look black, but those are like maroon laces. White boots. New style of articulation, man. It's got that Marvel Legends style of ankle pivot with the toe articulation and black soles. Really clean action figure, man. For real. I do want to pop the jacket on there. I want to show you guys how to do that. The jacket can be a little tough to get on. Once again, you got to remove the interchangeable hands first before you do that. And do low key, I recommend removing the interchangeable head as well, just so that it doesn't get in the way at all. But obviously, you're going to want to slide the arms up the sleeves. And once you get at the end, you're going to want to poke the little wrist through the hole, just like that. The same thing with the other side. Scott Steiner in the Steiner Brothers tag team. He looks amazing with the jacket. It fits him really snug. Like, it's not like a baggy, loose fit. It's a really nice, tight fit, but not too tight. It's just right here for Scott Steiner. He looks awesome, man. Load up the bench. Throw 585 on for starters. Big Papa Pump from the WWE Elite Series 105 line, standing next to our brand new Ultimate Edition Scott Steiner. Yeah, same guy. Isn't that insane? And then here's the Rick Steiner Elite. I thought I'd throw that in there. You guys will see him again when I compare him to the Rick Steiner action figure. Now into the father of Braun Breaker, Rick Steiner. Rick Steiners are very similar to Scott Steiner's accessories, but it definitely has the differences. Let's take a look. The jacket, here it is. You might be thinking to yourself, oh, it's probably the same jacket, right? It's not. That really smooth material that I mentioned earlier, see how it stops here at the shoulder, but it continues on the Rick Steiner jacket. See, it goes all the way up to the neck hole. That is absolutely insane. I thought they were the same jacket. They were inside the packaging, but no, they are different. I prefer this one. I like how that smooth material goes all the way up to the neck hole. Other than that, it is going to be the same jacket, same material, same pretty much everything going on besides that little minute detail. You do have to remove the interchangeable hands still. These are still really tight here at the end of the wrist. We're seeing 3 interchangeable heads. The first one doesn't have a feature to it, but it's looking just like a 93, 94 Rick Steiner right here. And it'll be a little bit of Braun Breaker. I want to pop Braun Breaker in there. Look at that, bro. You could definitely tell that that is his son. I'm loving the little strap going under his chin, coming from their little wrestling ear caps. It's green, white little air holes on the side. The hair looks so realistic. Ultra cool head scan. I love that. And then the other 2 head scans have a feature to them. The strap here, you could either have it unbuckled like that, similar to how like Rey Mysterio does. You could pop it in this little hole here on the side of the face, and it pops in really smoothly. Like, I had no issues with that. You're going to want to do that after you have it on the head scan, most likely. But that is just so cool. Say like, oh, he's wrestling mid-match. Oh, he unbuckles the mask. You just have it hang, look chill. As far as this head scan, it looks pretty wonky with his like mouth open, kind of going off to the side, but it still resembles Rick Steiner, absolutely. And then the other one is going to be like a gritted teeth, like angry head scan. I love this head scan, bro. Like, look at that gritted teeth. Like, that literally looks insane. Look at the teeth, like individual teeth inside of that little mouth hole right there. So cool. Same feature. You could buckle this up over here. I love that feature, man. A feature with a head scan, like, that is so cool. And then Rick Steiner is coming with the same style of interchangeable hands, but this time we are just seeing finger tape, which looks so cool. It reminds me of Triple H, man. When I see finger tape like that, that is just so clean. Even on the fisted hands, bro. Really cool. Rick Steiner, an absolute monster of a man. Look at the size of this figure. Just an absolute tank. I love the attire, but before we get there, here's how the head scan sits on the neck peg. Really clean. I do have the mask unbuckled right now. I just think it looks cleaner unbuckled. It looks more like, who cares, bro? Like, I'm just going out there kicking some butt. Like, I don't know, man. I like it unbuckled. It looks really clean. He does have a bunch of hair stubble on the upper chest. Same thing here with Rick Steiner. The torso works amazing. amazing. Everything is so smooth, like not too loose, but like just right. Same thing with the butterfly joints. On the shoulder, this tattoo is pretty cool. Dog face gremlin, that was Rick Steiner's nickname. And then you do have another tattoo over here looking pretty clean. The attire singlet is very similar to the Elite Braun Breaker that we saw, because Braun Breaker actually did like a re-imitation of this attire in NXT. You can see how the Braun's going to be a little more pinker than this Ultimate Edition. This is still accurate though. It's still accurate. Braun Breaker just went with more of a pinker color. But yeah, this is definitely accurate to what Rick Steiner wore when he wore this attire. You can see the different numbers throughout, 3, 5, just different numbers going throughout the singlet. Hip displacement joints work pretty well. Legs, once again, a little stiff going upward. Same thing here with Rick Steiner, a little stiff going upward. So I'm definitely going to have to heat those up, loosen them up so nothing happens with them. Almost forgot to mention double jointed elbows with white wrist tape and white finger tape. Pinless knees with black knee pads over the top of them. And when we get down to the boots here, look at how unique this is. One boot is shorter than the other, but you are still going to get that little cut right there for the swivel, which is nice and clean. Top of the short boot has some yellow, silver laces, and the rest is going to be red with that new style of ankle pivot, black soles at the bottom. And the bigger boot definitely has a little lack of articulation. You can still do a 360, but it's not going to feel the best. I don't recommend doing that too often because this little top, it kind of inhibits it, but it does look cool because it kind of sits over the skin tone, which I think is dope. Silver laces, toe articulation, same ordeal going on, just kind of a taller boot, as you could tell. How cool is that, man? I'll leave this one up to you guys. Which figure's better, Rick or Scott Steiner? In the comments, I will put them side by side here in a second, but before we do that, we do have some comparisons to do. We have the Rick Steiner Elite. We have a Braun Breaker Chase figure over there, his son. Here's another Braun Breaker figure. We have the Braun Breaker pink attire, and then we do have Scott Steiner over there. Big Papa Pump, looking like an absolute tank, standing next to his brother in crime, Rick Steiner. Do I think this Ultimate Edition 2-pack is worth it? Absolutely! Unless you're not an Ultimate Edition or Legends collector, I don't really see a need for this. But dude, if you are, oh my gosh, are these absolute musts for your collection. If you have an Ultimate shelf, Ultimate Legend shelf, like this will literally go great on that. From the packaging to the accessories to the figures, these are some all-around amazing Ultimate Edition action figures from Mattel. Once again, they are ringside collectibles exclusive. That's the only place you could get them right now. For to use discount code live at checkout, you could save 10% on this pack and everything else in your shopping cart. Guys want to save 10%. There's also a Cyber Monday deal going on right now, so feel free to take advantage of that. Some crazy deals on some wrestling action figures, and I really hope you guys enjoyed my Steiner Brothers Ultimate Edition review video. I will see you guys next time. Bretto Live is out.